What's going on, folks? Painless. Um, you know, I, I never really had I never really had an issue with the Manosphere, those guys over there. Um, you know, with Kevin Samuels, who's no longer with us. He did some work, and I kind of listened to him in passing, and a lot of the things that he said did make sense. But I wasn't a, a Samuelite. You know what I'm saying? But I'd see those guys in passing, and but I was never the one to get jumped in the Manosphere game. Is because, and I say this because a lot of those things that they were saying, guys was already saying a long time ago. It's just what, and I put Kevin Samuels out there. He was able to conceptualize and really hone in on it, and really put it in a way where black men could understand and relate to. Because when what really, I remember I did a video about MGTOW, and I said something along the lines like, does men going the other way? So which way are you going? If you're going away from women, are you going towards men? Now that was just me spitballing and just throwing some stuff out there. But that's kind of what I said. Does MGTOW promote homosexuality? And I wasn't saying it to be smart. Of course, not any. I support men's movements. I support men standing up and making the best version of themselves. It may not be like the next man, but you make the best version of yourself. And I will continue to support that because I've talked about manhood and how it's being attacked every day. And many of y'all who have been rocking with me know I've been talking about that in conjunction with the laws. Why I feel like a lot of black men have been shot, and a lot of that stuff it can be put at the footsteps of them, and how all this ties in, how manhood, the attack on manhood, in conjunction with laws, morals in this country, all are intertwined. I've said that. Okay, but but yeah, a lot of that stuff, guys were, it's like I said, Kevin Samuels, he really put it at the forefront, dealing with us in our so-called community, the African American so-called community, whereas white guys was doing it. Uh, I mean, who's that white guy? That dude used to go in, boy. And I found, this, just listening to the radio, you could be going with somebody. I think this was like in early 2000s. Man, I think I was with one of my cousins, and it just had AM radio, something on. And this white guy, Tom Likas, that's who that fool. That dude used to go in on women. Like, he was like, you thought Tommy Sotomayor, he used to go in on women. That dude, Tom Likas, he ain't cut no shorts with women. And this was like 2003. Because I had just got back from Iraq. No, it had to be '04. I got back from Iraq in 2004. Around then, I was just getting out the service. And yeah, man. So that's a prime example of a guy who, like, this stuff has been going on. Like, all this Dennis Sperling, Kevin Sam, what's the guys, even on the white side, Rolo, these guys, men been talking about this. It's just, you got the stamp of Manosphere on it. You got a name. You got a Google search name that you can punch in, and all type of stuff will come up, which leads me to the next group of guys, the Passport Bros. me tell you something. I guess for me, Painless, I've been around the world. I've been around the world. And passport blowing is nothing new to Painless. In fact, it was just the afterthought. It's something that, you know. Now, I will say what's different is you have guys. See, I joined the military, I joined the Army, and I went around the world a lot on Uncle Sam's dime. Now, I've been around places, other places around the world where I paid uh, and went for leisure, you know. But a lot of places I went around the world, and I've been to Thailand. I've been to Thailand a couple times, you know, and you know, well, Pence, why you bringing up Thailand, man? Well, that seems where a lot of passport bros are really gravitating towards. And, you know, my thing with Thailand was cheap. It was cool. You know, it's a, you know, they got, of course, their culture and things like that. Bangkok is huge. You get lost in Bangkok. Bangkok is one of them cities to where, look, man, we got to stick together because you mess around, you be lost and I don't know how you would get found. But they do speak English over there. Never been to the Philippines. Been to Vietnam, Hanoi City. Where else parts of Asia I've been to? Yeah, I've been to Vietnam. I'm talking about Southeast Asia, you know, down there. Now, I've been to Japan a couple times. Japan was cool. Now, they don't speak any English. I mean, you'll find some Japanese, but it's Japanese or bust in Japan. You walk up on the average Japanese person, they're not going to know what the hell you're talking about. Now, you go to Thailand or Vietnam, you'll find some English speakers. You know what I'm saying? But, and I've been to other parts of Europe. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Germany. Where else have I been in Europe? Germany, Portugal, Austria. I've been over there. And I mean, when I mean been over there, like I've hung out over there. I've eaten cuisine. I've walked amongst the locals, not flying through and no. I've walked the streets of Lisbon. I've walked the streets of Berlin, Munich, different parts of Germany, Austria. But yeah, it's but one thing I notice is there's, you know, this whole focus on Southeast Asia. See, I speak from a ex-military veteran standpoint, because I know a lot of brothers, black men. I got a cousin that's in Germany and refuses to leave Germany, and you really, this passport bro thing is really focused heavily on Southeast Asia in the DR, places where, like in Thailand, you have a lot of prostitution. You have a lot of prostitution in Vietnam. We have a lot of prostitution. Now, I can't speak on the Philippines, but I would assume there is, you know, based off the economy and just the way. And see, I've dated tons of Filipino women. Many of y'all know I lived in Hawaii for almost 17 years. I've dated my share of Filipino women. Now, the Filipino women that I dealt with were Americanized Filipino women that are very, what should I say, very, what do you call that person that dislikes fake, low-key, high-maintenance women? That's what I should say. They like the Gucci purses and the Fendi and all that stuff. But I had when dealing with these women, I had I've had the opportunity to meet some of their cousins or family members straight from the Philippines, and they were different. And they did tend to their men, and they did get with brothers, and brothers didn't have to do anything. You know, they stayed home, they took care of the kids, and with a lot of things, a lot of sisters thought that was weird. You know, like, oh, she just sit up in the house and with them kids and stuff. I'm like, that's what the hell she's supposed to be doing. You know, and we're seeing it now with this whole back and forth with sisters, and I would say Western women are having an issue with guys going over here and getting these women and stuff. But one thing I will say is I've seen guys who are on this passport, you know, way of living, way of life, refusing to bring their women over back to the States. And I hear some of the reasons. You don't want that woman to be contaminated by Western culture, and I totally understand that. But see, I've always said I don't want to go live anywhere I can't go to jail. Like I can go, and not. Damn, Panis, what are you talking about, man? What you talking about? Well, I don't live a life of crime, but it's so easy. Somebody can put you in a twist and you don't even know it. And I'm not, because you got jail, you got prison. So if you go to jail, you go to the county, okay. They found out, Painless didn't do shit. I'm out in 3 days, or I bail out. You fuck around and get put in a twist in Vietnam somewhere. And what I mean a twist is some shit you get to explain it like somebody. Y'all remember that movie? This is a prime example of what the hell I'm talking about. Y'all remember that movie Broke Down Palace? Them white girls, what happened to their ass? That's what can happen. Coincidentally, that was in Thailand. And what was found out, it's an old movie. I think, man, that shit came out like in the late 90s, maybe earlier than that. But it's these two white girls, young white girls. They was young. And they went to Thailand, went over there. Mommy and daddy, we're going to go to Thailand and backpack for 2 months. And they took their ass over there. And they tried to, I don't know if they were coming back or going. Anyway, they was at a checkpoint. And come to find out, somebody put dope in their bags. And they didn't even know it. And, the Thai authorities, the police or whatever, searched their bag. And they spent like 15 years in a Thai prison for some shit they ain't do. And they got exonerated. It's a true story, too. It ain't. That's what I call a twist. That's that shit I'm talking about right there. And that's some of the dangers that I see these passport bros. See, when I went overseas, I was protected by Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam they ain't gonna let you sit over there as a GI, as a property of the federal government. They ain't gonna do that shit. It's gonna be, because usually there's agreements between said country and United States. Because like I said, I've been to Thailand on 3 separate occasions. And spent like a month and a half. I remember the first time I went, I spent like 2 months. Then next time I spent like a month and a half. Then my last time I spent 3 months because I was on an advance party. I was in charge, I was an NCOIC of an advance party for the ammo for this particular site. So I got there early and I left late. I was at advance party. Anybody in my military, when you're on an advance party, you go like maybe 3 months. I think I went a month before my unit got there for training, to survey, to get shit squared away, receipts and all that. Then I stayed back while everybody left another month So I was there, but I was, when you're on advanced party, you chilling, then you work when everybody get there, and then you be like, damn, I can't wait to first start and all these motherfuckers go home, and then you be there, you keep a couple troops with you that you can rely on and shit, and then we chilling, when everybody, and then we go on back to America. But so yeah, I've always said, man, look, I don't want to live nowhere that if I can go to jail, because you trust me, and that's one of the dangers. Now I'm not trying to put nothing negative out there, but those are some things that you need to consider. You know, one should consider. But overall, I support. Again, that's the stamp. Shit that men, especially black men, have been doing for decades, now has it's something that you can punch in and all type of stuff in. Google Passport Bro, bam. Men traveling to other countries for whatever damn reason, and you're going to see all these videos. So now everything like Manosphere has a name on it. Now we got a name for men traveling abroad, Passport Bro. But I wanted to elaborate and say that this shit ain't new. That's this shit is old. This shit been here before I was born, before you was born. This shit ain't new, but we got terminology for it. Okay, but yeah, that's one thing I see the dangers. But yeah, the Filipino women that I did deal with, some of their relatives that were straight off the boat, they was very attentive. And you can live reasonably well in the Philippines from what I hear. I know you can live reasonably well in Thailand. I think it's a little bit more expensive in Vietnam, maybe just a little bit. But then you have Dominican Republic. I've never been to DR. I've been to Mexico a couple times. Mexico can fall in the Gulf Ocean for all I care. I don't really care for Mexico, really. Cancun, Acapulco, Ixtapa was cool. But yeah, I'm not really a Mexico fan. Um, yeah, but yeah, that I just look at a lot of sisters. Hey, look, I try not to get into that. I would just say that men should open their horizons, and it's 2023. Um, I'm not gonna. I'll try to stay away from that, but yeah, Passport Bros. It's there's some good things, but like I said, there's some things that I think should be taken in consideration, and only and stop looking at it in a vacuum in terms of this Southeast Asia. Like I said, anybody who served in the military, especially the army, them German women love black men. The darker the brother, the more you in. I know so many brothers married to, and they brought them women back home. And them German women, they're very attentive as well, loyal, and things of that nature, because you just keep hearing about Asia, DR, and what a lot of sisters have done in this ammunition is using it as, oh, they just going to, that's where all the prostitutes at. Well, you go to Germany, Germany is just like America, it's westernized, you know, and shit, brothers is getting them women. You got brothers living in Germany. Yeah, brothers that been in Germany since war. It's a lot of Patrick Mahomes looking motherfuckers in Germany. It's been like that for decades. War babies, that this mix, yes, so brothers can go there as well. Yeah, there's other parts of the world where black men are finding women, not just Southeast Asia. And that's why I'm not seeing a lot in the passport bro community. It's just more Latin American, especially DR and Colombia, and I can get into the cases where brothers are, and I would say this, as a black person, you do have to consider travel abroad. I used to mess with this chick, and I used to tell her she was one of them sisters that, gosh, this was just recent. I had to cut her off. She one of them sisters, like, I told her, I said, she one of them righteous sisters. I'm wear the I love being black shirts and all that bullshit. Like, we know you black. But anyway, she used to talk that stupid ass shit about, oh, I'm gonna go live elsewhere. The racism here is. I used to be like myself. You think you think ain't no shit popping off in Belize? At least we know the racism here. You know what I'm saying? At least you can deal with it. And for the most part, white folks, I live in the South. I'm living in the South right now. These white folks, they go their extra mile to show that they ain't fucking racist around here. Smiling. It's these long face, snooty ass Negroes out here that I don't really rock with. You know what I'm saying? This I don't know. And you get more help from Caucasians. You'll get more assistance. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's this pandemic got Negroes looking crazy. Man, I think that's a lot to do with it. But anyway, yeah. What was I saying? But yeah, it's yeah, she was one of them one. Oh, I'm talking about old girl. And I said, look, America, there's no other place I'd rather be because you got them people where I have been. They're not gonna play with you. They don't have that white guilt that a lot of white folks in America got. They don't give a shit. They ain't gonna hear that stuff. Hey, you running from America, what you gonna do? You gonna go over there, bring your nasty ass, not only American ways, you gonna bring your nasty ass black American degenerative culture ways with your ass. And you're gonna get embarrassed. That's what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? When I see a lot of Negroes, I don't even want to deal with it. I don't even want to deal with it. Because it's gonna be ruined. It's gonna be ruined. When you got a lot of Negroes moving in the neighborhood, it's gonna be ruined. Give it a while. And maybe that's what, black folks see when they see me. I don't know how shit go over here. I don't know. But look, like I said, you ain't gonna, and it's just what it is. You got to be careful abroad. Yeah, but there's benefits, but I just want to chime in my version of this Passport Bros and give my spin on it, what I see. But painless out.